Refusing to drink the corporate Kool-Aid. So it turns out that half of Gen Zers would turn down a job that does not align with their beliefs.
Joining us on the KOGO News Live line is workplace expert, best-selling author, and host of the podcast On Purpose with Paul Peters. Paul Peters himself. Good morning.
Good morning.
So,
how are you all?
Good. So,
Good.
What is with the kids nowadays? Give us the scoop.
Well, I have 3 Gen Zs myself, so I kind of grew up in that situation. So, I mean, for me as an employer, I have basically seen some of the changes in the culture that have occurred. Every generation has a change in culture, and the one before or the ones before. I'm a baby boomer myself. So it's just an adjustment of, values as it pertains to what's important to them. And so we're seeing some of that shift, and those that are of previous generations say, what's happened to this generation? What planet did they come from? So I think go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, according to this survey, I mean, more than half, 53% of Gen Zers would reject a job if the employer's mission didn't line up with their values. So it used to be that employees did drink the Kool-Aid. They kept their mouths shut. They dealt with their company's policies, good or bad. So is it a good thing or a bad thing that Gen Zers are now saying, hey, you know what? I don't really know if I want to work for this place.
Yeah, it's actually a very good thing. That's one of the reasons why I wrote my book, Discover and Embrace Your Life Purpose. You're seeing a shift where people are in what I call work-life balance integration. And a lot of that is because of the COVID. We were out basically remote for 2, and in some cases still remote in some situations. People got to experience what life was like when they weren't tied to an office, and they're used to that. They like that. They got closer to their families. They got closer to their friends. And so they want that kind of value in their workplace. And so myself as an employer, I have brought in some culture experts to, modify different things that's more in line with the values that are important to the employees, but never compromise my values as an owner.
I'll give you an example with radio, especially with talk radio. Sometimes young people being hired to be the producers of shows can't handle it. It's not the same values. The politics of the show don't match with their value, and they eventually quit. So are bosses miscalculating how much the value of the company means to Gen Zers?
No, I don't necessarily. I think, not like myself, I'm like the baby boomer, and we've got to really get a deeper understanding of what the values of the Gen Zs and see if they fit in line. So what I have done, I've never compromised my standard. I've actually raised my standard as a company, and I've attracted some good quality people. A lot of my staff are Gen Z, simply because we've given them something to shoot for. And the Gen Zs are looking for a sense of ownership. They're looking for a sense of acceptance and self-respect. And if employers, no matter what generation they come from, provide that without compromising their culture, then you're going to see success in all generations, to be honest with you.
It's a very interesting survey and an interesting take on things. Workplace expert, best-selling author, host of the podcast On Purpose with Paul Peters. Paul, thank you very much for your time this morning.
You're entirely welcome. Thank you.